It's almost One Punch Man Sundays, and we got an Easy Court video talking about the new frames. I love his thumbnail. Literally says new frames.
So we just got 6 new preview images of One Punch Man Season 3, Episode 4. And we also got the official synopsis of the episode itself. And yes, everyone, I will be covering all of them. I will also be talking about
all
each
of them
scene one by one. So yes, everyone, without further ado, don't forget to subscribe and like. And let's get
go
into the actual synopsis of the episode itself. So here it is. The Hero Association prepares to invade the Monster Association's hideout.
Let's get it!
Decided to call in S-Class heroes, Silver Fang, and newcomer Genos, who failed to capture Garo, are excluded. Meanwhile, Garo, having recovered from near death, invades the Monster Association.
Woo!
Judging from this alone, I am pretty sure most of the episode is going to be
set up yapping yap. It's gonna be episode 1 all over again. And you know what? Episode 1 was fun to me, right? It's like, if you show me mid-ass fights like episode 3, I'm like, ugh. But episode 1 and 2, it's like teasing, you know? It's like setting the stage and you have hype soundtracks and the story is carrying. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's fucking go. That's how I felt about Blue Lock too. Some of these episodes where it's like the soccer ain't happening, but it's different characters and the hype setting up for what's about to happen. It's just like, okay, I'm feeling it.
yapping. Again, something that is similar to episode 1 of the season, which is just them having a strategical meeting, planning here and there. What I am interested in is definitely Garo invading the Monster Association. Again, I've seen some few panel that looks insanely good in the manga. At this point, I really need to read the manga. Not that I'm hating on the animation because, well, it is literally doing what the manga does. But in order to actually know more of the context of what's happening in the next episode, since I am covering it anyways, I might actually just pick up the manga at this point.
No, I think that you don't have to. I think that rather than spoiling yourself of what's gonna happen, having an anime only's take and giving your theories and guesses, that's like what you know, shout outs to a boy dude reviews. Remember that with Solo Leveling? I think he was rage baiting. For sure he was fucking trolling sometimes. But having theories and guesses and predictions, even though it's stupid retards in the comments are gonna clown on you because obviously like you're gonna get stuff wrong. I think that's part of the content. It's fun.
But yes, everyone, seems like Genos and Bang is not going to be included for the S-Class Heroes operation.
That's right. They're gonna pull up later on, right? Bang and, you know, his brother Bomb and Genos and them. I remember they pulling up like separately. I think Rover is somehow involved later on too. Rover and Garo stuff I think should be coming up pretty soon, right?
To invade the Monster Association. So again, this episode is most likely going to be tons of meeting here and there. Apparently the hot pot scene is going to be taking place in this episode as well. This episode,
look at Saitama just absolutely disgusted. Why is there this many people eating hot pot? Like, what the fuck? Fubuki's allowed. I think Fubuki can leech because she brought the Napa cabbage that we left behind. And you know what? Dr. Kuseno, he brought prime beef, so he can stay too. Genos, he pays rent and dues with this. Bang, King, and Bomb, get the fuck out of here. Go do your hero stuff.
So this most likely going to be another yapping episode, plus a bit of an action in the end of it. So yeah, let's just hope it's not going to be another lackluster of what episode 3 was. Now with that being said, let's talk about the 6 new preview images that just got released.
Let's get it.
Alright, so first of all, I'm just going to be showing you guys the 6 new preview images and then I'll be covering each one of them in a bit. So for the first frame, we got the hot pot scene apparently of a
just looks so much worse than the manga. The shading, you know, the captions of, I don't know what the caption's supposed to be. Like we just saw the manga panel, right? This
Fubuki, Bomb, King, Saitama, Bang, Dr. Kuseno, and Genos looking at the hot pot itself. Next up, we got this very strong drawing of Garo.
Looks like he's up after the injury versus the fight and he's about to attack. They really love doing this, huh? I saw people, you know, comparing about this, complaining about this frame actually, about how in the trailer, I think there was a different version of this, except that they didn't have this blue-red, you know, hue. You know how they keep doing this, right? In moments of tension and anxiety, like Fubuki had a lot of this too, or Saitama too. They love doing the blue and red filter, but I don't know if this is better or not.
I'm pretty sure we've seen this in the last year's pre-animated PV, but there has been some compositing change, which I'm pretty sure most people don't really like, but we'll get
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Into that in a bit. For the third frame, we got a
Child
frame
Emperor
of the Child Emperor. I'm pretty sure this is when he's about to go to the meeting where they are going to be planning some sort of a strategy to invade the Monster Association. Since I'm pretty sure he's going to be involved in the S-Class Heroes invasion of the Monster Association. So next up,
Child Emperor has a pretty cool fight. I forget the villain that he's fighting. At this point, you know, I hope you guys don't mind a little matchup shouldn't be that hype, that important. Is it Phoenix Man? Does Child Emperor fight Phoenix Man? I think he does, right? In the manga, in the webcomic, there's a lot of like fights that don't happen that does exist in the redrawn manga, and I actually like that they really add on. Murata really adds on, you know, more original fights and extra extended scenes. And the Child Emperor fight, I don't really remember too much of, but his backpack was crazy. Anyways, we got Genos here with the hot pot stuff.
Up, we also got this really cool looking shot of Genos. I'm pretty sure he is holding a meat right there.
Dr. Kuseno's meat.
Strong drawing here and there. I really
Bro holding Dr. Kuseno's meat? Premium meat.
Love the red iris that is being shown here. Next up, we also got
Gyoro
at the Monster Association.
Oh my god, they're doing copy paste of this guy and this guy and this guy is this guy. Yeah, you're gonna see copy pastes.
And for our sixth and final frame, we got Royal Ripper. I'm pretty sure trying to
Diddy Ripper.
Tareo. Again, we got those neon color palettes again.
I mean, it looks like the titties have been, actually I can't really tell if Royal Ripper's titties has been nerfed or buffed. Can't believe Royal Ripper got turned into a woman during the fight because the outsourced studio that was working on this fucking fight didn't even know. Some people make defense to it and say that in the manga too, though there is actually some bust size going on.
Pretty cool here and there. But yeah, let's talk about each scene one by one. Alright, so for the first frame, we got the hot pot frame. This is something that I've been hearing a lot. There has been tons of hype behind this scene.
Has there been? Man, we are really down bad if we're fucking expecting something really amazing to happen from the hot pot because the fights aren't giving anything. Yeah, I think that people are, you know, trying to grab the meat and, you know, the goodies as fast as they can, and they're competing over the food, and there's gonna be some slice of life, you know, funny moments there.
And well, I did look at the manga panel itself, and it's literally one-to-one to it. The whole framing, composition of this exact.
The manga is just way better though, huh? It's like, it's, and you know what? Doing a frame by frame, it's kind of like comparing like solo leveling, you know, frames 2 of the anime frame versus the manga frame. Like, of course, a dedicated manga panel is gonna look better than like a single frame of the anime.
Frame is literally the same. Again, if I need to make an educated guess, the next episode storyboarder is going to be again Shinpei Nagai, since he is very much fast at storyboarding and it's really much needed for this
slice of life guy
production. At least they did justice for the actual panel itself, so yeah, looks good overall.
Looks so great.
Next up, we got this iconic panel of Garo that we've already seen last year, but again, we have some tweak in terms of the compositing.
Yes,
and
the colors.
Overall color palette that has been used in this actual scene itself. I'm pretty sure the episode itself will still have the same exact smokes effect that the PV had, but again, I've said this multiple times, I love the artistic choice of.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a comparison, right? This is what we've been shown before the anime even launched. I think this was even shown with the Aoki fucking pre-animated trailer. They really love adding the blue onto it, huh? Honestly, I don't mind the blue. Some people really hate it. The without the blue and the red, I think that it's more raw. The injuries, the blood. Let's look at the blue again. It's kind of like lessened, right? I know it's a very insignificant thing, but the color of the red falling off, you know, off his head like that, but the blue kind of like obscures it. It muddies the water. I don't know. I think I like the original better.
To emphasize a lot on the actual scene itself, but what I've said in my last video, I did say that I'm afraid of them overusing it.
Yes, they love this, bro. Whoever is in charge, and maybe it's Shinpei Nagai, they love using the red blue tone, the hues to what, I don't know, try to exaggerate the tension or whatever emotion supposed to happen in that scene.
And it seems like this is going to be one of the case where they are going to be spamming, abusing this artistic choice. The drawing quality looks really good, but this is one of the few decisions that is very questionable. Me personally, I love what they did in the actual
original
PV
one. Yeah. Should've just gone with that. It just looks more raw without the blue, you know, the blood again. You can see it more visibly. The injuries, the scratch marks, the details, right? Even like the steam, the heat emanating off of Garou. It's way more visible. I think this is better. Why would they go with the other one? I don't know. It's an artistic choice. They think that their choice is better.
Last year, again, they did reuse the same exact shot with different compositing and also removing the background for some reason. Again, maybe the episode director just had a different artistic approach to what I personally have. I'm just a nobody, but personally, I do think that the PV...
I mean, even if you're a nobody again, right? A person who doesn't cook food can go to a restaurant and eat something and understand that if it tastes good or not, right? I think the average consumer's opinion does matter, and you don't need to have fucking an artistic, like, technical degree or whatever. You can just look at it and say, how does it feel to you instinctively? Just describe it. To me, again, I've described it. The lack of the blood color and the art, you know, the what's it called, the lines and the rough jagged lines and the injury stuff that's obscured by the blue tone. I think that's why I like the right better than left.
Itself looks much better, but yeah, let's see how the scene will actually flows in the episode itself. Again, it's a mixed bag for me, but let's hope for the best. Next up, we got a frame of Child Emperor. I'm pretty sure it is inside of the Hero Association. Again, nothing too crazy compared to the manga panel itself. They did add the background, because I mean, it should be walking inside.
Oh my god! The added extra to the name tag, bro. Look at this. Look at the amount of effort they're going out, huh? It's this year. Half of it is obscured by the speech bubble. But they added that, and they drew in the laptop. Wow.
Hero Association, right? So again, nothing too crazy. I'm pretty sure they just pick a random frame to show this week. So yeah, pretty cool. Now we also got another frame of Genos holding a slice of meat.
Yo, that meat looks fucking dry, man. It looks glistening here, but where's the liquid? It's a hot pot meat, bro. Where's the fucking drip?
If I'm not wrong. So here is an example of how it is being utilized well. Yes, the neon color palette that I have mentioned earlier. Again, this is one of the few scenes, like the Fubuki one in episode 2, it was utilized really well to emphasize on the character itself.
Booba.
But again, it can't be overused.
This is not blue, this is just red, huh? They just go all in with the red. I think this is the scene where Genos is being hostile and saying, nah, this is fucking my meat. Or maybe he's like picking the meat for Saitama and competing against the other people at the hotpot table.
Spamming it again and again kind of makes the whole concept of it being special, in my eyes obviously, it vanished just like that. Again, I just hope that the scene in the actual episode itself will flow better. So let's just see when the episode actually comes.
I think the scene itself looks clean. It looks nice. My only complaint is the meat is not dripping with fluids, but it is such an insignificant little nitpick. It doesn't matter.
We also got Goro inside the monsters.
I feel like we've seen this so many times already though, right? In the past episodes too. Are these dudes all just fucking standing there the entire fucking time?
Association. The framing looks pretty much the same in the manga itself. What would be really cool if they did a rotation shot showing like the entirety of the crowd?
Yes! And that is actual direction. Rather than having a one-to-one of the manga to the anime, if you've seen other elite slice-of-life animes or studios that go beyond, like Monogatari for example, right? What happens constantly? They're just talking. They're just, it could be just mouse moving, but God, the camera work, right? The cinematography, using different storyboards and different angles and perspective shots to highlight what's going on in the background to give it more than a one-to-one. That is what animation should be.
Doubt that it's probably just going to be a still frame, but yeah, again, nothing too crazy. So let's skip to the final one. So again, this is one of the few image that really does a good job utilizing the neon color palette that has been the artistic choice of.
Yeah, I think this one really makes sense, right? It's a very deadly, threatening moment, and honestly, the green that pops out here, I like the red, green, and black, right? No blue here. A little bit of purple. It's nice.
Season 3 so far. Again, I really love what they're doing with Royal Ripper in this season ever since episode 2 came out.
Royal Ripper animation, I think, was pretty fucking good though. Especially the one where he's like, right? And he just like moving that, and then the slow motion blade going up with Garo dancing. That was, I think, really good.
I'm not wrong. I really feel the psychopath vibe from this
Yeah.
guy. Again,
The voice acting too. Royal Ripper in the manga, I didn't really think much of. It's just like a random NPC enemy that Garo takes out, whatever. But in the anime, the voice acting, the sus dialogue, and honestly the movement too, it's creepy, it's menacing. I like them.
those red eyes that they are emphasizing ever since he first steps into the actual season itself, it looks really, really good. Again, not to forget the one where he is slicing Garo, where he almost
This
kills
scene.
him. The
This scene.
psychopath vibe
Yes,
is there.
this scene.
They have been nailing Royal Ripper so far in this season,
There's one part where Royal Ripper suddenly gets titties, but whatever.
and I've been loving it so far. Again, this is a really, really cool frame compared to the manga, which has insane details. I'm surprised that they still managed to keep most of it. Overall vibe is literally the same.
Tareo's mouth is not opened. It's open just by a little bit, which portrays the fear more. In the anime, it's not. I can't believe this, bro. But the red light? Okay, the red light on the eyes. That's not here. I like that.
So again, it's really, really cool how they have been doing justice for Royal Reaper so far. People are going to be pointing out
Yes, the titties.
female Royal Reaper. Bro,
What was that?
I don't notice that. But it just shows how hellish the production is, because not even one person can
I heard that again. This was a very, like, since you said this is a very outsourced episode, and there's some rumors going around that the outsourced studio didn't even understand what the hell Royal Ripper was supposed to be, and somehow the titties came up. Some people say in the manga it's actually Royal Ripper does seem to have a little bit of bust. I don't fucking know.
correct that particular frame. But I mean, it will get corrected in a Blu-ray anyway, so it's not really a big deal.
Will it though? Will it honestly?
It's
I think that the dominatrix girl with the whip, her ass in the behind the ass scene that was shaded away, I think that will be corrected. Not corrected, the filter will be off, but this scene, I don't know.
a moving shot anyways. It's just like 1 second of you looking at it and it just passes by. So again, it's not really a big deal for me. So yes, everyone, those are pretty much it. If I need to give an actual expectation for the episode itself, it's going to be another Yap Fest. Yes, another PNG Fest for this episode. But also, I'm interested in the final.
But the story is so hyped that, like, if it's a PNG fest and it hides away the fight, honestly the episode is more like digestible and like easy for me to enjoy, because again, episode 1 and 2 I think was actually more fun to me to watch than episode 3. Episode 3, I did show the fight, but it was so mid that I was like, so I honestly, the yapping, the hype scene, they're talking about the story and setting the stage with the monsters and the villains and the heroes, I'll take what I can get.
Bits of this particular episode itself, because I've seen tons of manga panels and I really need to read the manga at this point. And yes, everyone, those are basically it. For the next few days, I'll be off. Yes, I'll be away for vacation and next week as well.
Vacation?
So I don't think there's going to be any goodness video
Have fun.
for this week, unfortunately. But yes,
No!
everyone, those are basically it. Episode review will probably come around a bit later. But yes, everyone, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next One Punch Man video.
That's pretty much it. I hope you have fun in the vacation wherever you're going, Easy Court, and this upcoming episode should be a pretty chill one. I hope that again that story is good enough to carry, and hopefully again, if again they specialize in slice of life, you should be nailing these episodes. This is the bonus free points, even though many people don't really care about it. People like me, I like to look at everything for what it is, and hopefully this episode is going to be something that I can hopefully just glaze. Here's a link to the video. Go check out Easy Court's channel. Give it a like. Check out his channel for more One Punch Man related stuff. See you next time.